Page 162. This is number 1 at the top of the page. This page and the next is just more reading exercises. Now keep in mind when you're reading stuff, if you can read both staves and read it all at one time, it's really wonderful. But if the music is too complicated for you, you don't get it, then read it one hand at a time. I've done a lot of reading just one hand at a time on music that was quite challenging. It's too challenging to sight read for me. I would do it one hand at a time. Reading is reading. It doesn't matter. Just do it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And that's what we're doing here, is reading these things. I'm still going to go through the process of learning them, though. I just kind of do it quickly. I can do multiple things at one time if the music is simple enough. I can look at several things. And so, it's 2 lines long, treble, bass, clef, 1 sharp in the key signature, key of G major. Make sure you can do the scale. G major, E minor, and the arpeggios. Okay. 4/4 time signature. Right hand, we're here. 1, 2. See all those notes in the first measure is just a broken G chord. It's really nice when you can learn to recognize these patterns. It makes reading the music easier. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now measure 5, you got to come up here because we got an E coming up here and we got to get ready for it. So here we're going to move, thumb stays there, we're up here. We're just moving the hand up. And then we can come back down. Because if I don't come down, I run out of fingers. So we come down. So you're moving around a little bit, but it's important too that since you're just crawling, you'll be able to do this without looking at the keyboard. You can do this sort of thing. Or scrunch up, whatever. The left hand has the Alberti bass pattern, and that's bottom, top, middle, top. When I take all those notes together, a block chord is the 1 chord, the 4 chord, measure 4 is the 5/7 chord. That's all they are, and then we're just doing it as an Alberti bass pattern. So you keep the Alberti bass pattern handy in the background, because if you're improvising, sometimes you can use it. Fill it in. And then the articulation with the phrasing. Just lift up at the end of the first line. Now I'm going to connect the left hand. I'm going to connect that. I'm going to lift up in the right hand. So I'm lifting up here but not there. They're telling you in the left and the right hand that's a phrase. You're going to connect it. You could have staccatos in the middle of a phrase, but we'll just connect it. In the left hand, they don't say anything. They don't give you any indication. It leaves it wide open. I could play them staccato if I wanted to. It's a different atmosphere. It gives it a little different feeling. Maybe a combination of staccato and slurs. I don't know. Entirely up to you and your imagination what you do. What does the mood of the style of the music tell you at once? And to me, this is smooth and connected. So I would connect that left hand. Just make it all flow nice and smoothly. It's interpretation. Different people will do it differently. Then the dynamics, well, they suggest MP, mezzo piano. In other words, not really a loud piece, but it's not a real soft piece. But that's the melody. And the left hand's got to be very soft. Well, this can get to be tricky, so be careful. When you have one hand or other busy, here, these you will just naturally tend to get louder. It'll just happen all by itself. So you might start out okay. See, and I've just gotten the left hand is just all by itself, it can just get louder. So you have to be aware of it, please, and make an effort to keep it under. We want to hear the melody. Make sure that shines out there nicely, and it is not loud. Moderato is just in the middle. Whatever you think in the middle is, I call it, you're walking someplace and you're headed there, but you're not in a hurry to get there. You're just going there. can go more than what's in the music. You can get a little more into the interpretation part of it. Try and get some feeling into it. Otherwise, it's just note, 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 note. Let a computer do it. Natural accents. 1, 2. Remember the natural accents? Feel the natural accents. Also, you can get a little louder and softer in places if you feel it. And measure 5. I wanted to get a little louder there, so I did. And then come down. There's nothing in the music mentioned, but they don't mention everything. It's just a guide. And you fill in the blanks. Make it music. Make it yours. So get some expression into this melody. Don't just note, 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 note. Ugh. That's where playing piano or playing music gets really, really boring. And in my opinion, that's why a lot of students don't make it. They don't get beyond the note, 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 the boring part. They don't get into making music. That's where the magic happens. Do it. Yeah. So it's important. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Now I'm going to play both hands about the same loudness because I want you to hear the notes. We're not performing it. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.